Happy New Year, everyone. This is the start to the 2023 Sylvania Cup season. And in the booth with me, I got James. James, you
Hi
there?
everyone.
There.
Yep, hi everyone.
He's going to be rooting for Tim. That's why I was like, but yeah, it's James. So
Sir, that's me.
tonight we will get started with the duels. We've got 50 miles here at Fontana and 46 drivers vying for 42 spots. Our front row, as it starts out in duel number one, is Ryan Blaney and Lewis Trost. If you want to go on, I'll read the evens. You can read the odd rows, or vice versa, odds and evens.
That's perfectly fine. Next row back, we got the 89 of Tim Hansen and the 13 of Aunt Me Person. Both of those drivers gonna have to race their way in to the main event tomorrow or tonight, I guess.
And then following behind them, we've got Rick Quick and Tristan Reams.
Next row back, we got Chaz Chadwick and the 21 of Carly.
Kara Carl.
Kara Carl. There we go. Thank you.
And then behind them, we've got Logan Nagy and Clyde Coker. Logan Nagy is going to be a part-time entry. Clyde Coker, a seasoned veteran, he's locked into the main event, so he's just going to be fighting for position to start the race.
Just behind them, we got the 28 of Alan Taylor and the 87 of Kellen Rolich.
And then behind them, we've got Aaron Rapp and our 2017 season champion of Scott Dixon.
Next row back behind them, we got the 63 of Mitchell Gobia and the 69 of Greg Froyen?
Forian.
Forian?
Yeah, sorry, I
Okay.
didn't give you a phonemic rundown on all
No,
the
no,
names.
no. No. I think that's going to be the fun of this, is figuring out how names are said.
Behind them, we've got Danny Lidowitz in the number 51 Mercedes GT entry and the number 6 Mustang of Chris Hergeson.
Just behind them, we have the 37 of Guido Piano and the 54 of Cam Jordan.
I must say, it's going to be exciting to watch Guido Piano here in his first ever Cup start, fresh off of a truck championship that no one saw. So,
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of a battle between Cording and Chadwick pretty much the whole season.
and then out of nowhere, we had Guido Piano stealing that championship. So, the next to last row on the field, we've got Nelson Chacon and Michael LeBeau. And then our last,
In the last, starting in shotgun on the field, will be Romain Grosjean.
so it might be fun to see. He's definitely going to have to race his way in here. So starting at the back, he's got his work cut out for him. Ryan Blaney's an interesting one as he's been in the series before, but eligibility to lock his way in, he has not claimed that as he's not a recent racer in the series. So he's going to have to race his way in. Oh,
Yeah, right.
dang. Well, we won't do the rundown. We know who's in the field, but evidently the game did not like being paused for so long. I knew that was probably going to happen.
I guess while you cover that, I'll continue our conversation about Ryan Blaney. Um, managed to make 25 starts last year with 1 win, 2 top 5s, 8 top 10s, and 4 DNFs on the season.
And I'd have to look into the record books, but he was believe it or not, raced for Jacob Shingle Racing in the Sylvania Cup at one point.
Touch all your seatbelts, touch all your...
So he's had good equipment, and I do believe he's had Cup wins before, but he kind of disappeared for a while, and now he's back in a Sylvania Cup entry. It looks like at the back of the field still Romain Grosjean and the 3-car of Nelson Chacon. A little bit different front row this time with Greg Forian and Kellen Relic.
Gentlemen, start your engine!
So we got better caution enabled. I believe that does give us an improvement tonight as we give before. So a little bit of a rundown here. We do have 11 drivers who must race their way in tonight in this first duel. At the back of the pack, it would be Louis Tross right now, who has to race his way in. He's going to have to beat 2 more of the drivers that are in a race their way in situation. Right there in front of him, the 26 of Grosjean, and then the 31 of Nagy are his closest that he's got a battle with.
Yeah, just a quick numerical rundown of the drivers that are going to have to race their way in tonight from this duel here. We got the 6 of Chris Ferguson, the 8 of Tristan Reams, of course the 10 of Ryan Blaney, the 13 of Ant Me Person, the 18 of Chaz Chadwick, the 26 of Romain Grosjean, the 31 of Logan Nagy, the 37 of Guido Piano, the 45, as you said, of Louis Trost, the 49 of Michael LeBeau, the 54 of Cam Jordan, and the 89 of Tim Hansen.
Which I understand you got that one confused because he does race the number 9 in truck.
Yeah, I was looking at my list a little funny there. It's on me there.
Laps will definitely clip by quickly here at Fontana. Early
Yeah,
racer
absolutely.
Alan Taylor out front in his Ford GT. Or Mustang Cobra, Mustang GT, one or the other.
I believe that is a Shelby Cobra. Yes, you are correct. And that is Alan Taylor off to a great start so far. A couple cars tagging the wall. Who was that wall riding up at the top there?
Dang. Well, it's a good thing we're testing this now. And the live stream, it's not going to be live stream for the main race tomorrow. I think I got to figure out what I've got going in the background here real quick. Bummer. I was really hoping for no technical difficulties.
All right, these things happen.
It'd be so nice if I knew OBS is not functioning as comfortably as it should. I mean, the frames are doing good. The broadcast itself's doing good.
It could potentially just be an NR issue.
And I'm thinking ICR, I haven't done many live streams with ICR. The ICR mod might be a bit much to stream. I want to try to figure out what I can do on this end before I have to do a full-fledged restart. Discord's very high. Desktop.
You could potentially try knocking down a little bit of the graphics on the actual NR. Might help a little bit, but hard to say.
wonder. Oh, I was probably watching my own stream. Can I close that out?
You can't close that out. What we could do is I could just pull up the actual stream on from YouTube on to my thing, so then you don't have to stream it here. So give me just a minute to do that. We can try that. All right. I'm all set up over here.
There might be slight delays if you do it that way, but we can try it.
We can make it work from there, even with minimum, even with a little bit of delay.
And see, even if I tried testing this, I'd still have to go live stream to test this and see how things work. So, and worst case scenario, I might have to knock the graphics down a bit, but my mouse is running a lot more smoothly now, so that's a plus. And now you see why some other people are deciding to switch to iRacing to do what we're doing here today, because it's just a bit outdated for modern computers.
I think I think a major help will be not having to share your screen twice.
Touch your hand. Just make sure you get everything like you want
Well,
it.
and like with the main event not being live streamed tomorrow, we will have it. It'll record so much more smoothly from each race from here on out for the Cup Series.
Absolutely. Looks like Louis Trost and the 89 of
Tim Hansen in the 89 car.
Yep. Both cars that are going to have to race their way in.
And at the back of the field, we've got Romain Grosjean yet again. So it seems like the odd man out right now being Romain Grosjean.
But you never know. Fontana is definitely a very interesting track. One day it could be a full-on pass fest, and then the other time it's just not there.
True. Louis Trost out to the early lead. We got Alan Taylor again too, so at least on the resets, seems like we have some consistency up there.
Yeah, got a little bit of consistency from these resets. Definitely gives a good idea of who the have and have-nots are.
Louis Trost officially leads his first Cup lap. Points won't be paid out here in the duels, but it does help go a long way to gaining points in the grand scheme of it all. So got a good move going here by Caroline. Looking like she might fight for the lead here.
Yeah, Lewis really isn't doing a great job of guarding that bottom line like he needs to coming into the corners.
Yeah, especially coming in right about there. He almost cut it close, trying to cut the run on Kellen Relic there.
Yeah, definitely cut that a little bit close for comfort. Definitely put Kellen in a bit of an awkward spot going through that corner there.
As you can see, a bunch of the cars with yellow stripes on the back, that means they are rookies in the series. That's a first in the Cup for a long time that we've had rookies.
Yeah, that's an absolutely crazy number when you think about it.
Yeah, the only thing that could beat that would be an inaugural season of a racing series that everyone's considered a rookie, technically.
Yeah, I mean, compared to the rest of the field, we only have one.
Fortunately, at the moment,
Only a good maybe 8 cars that aren't considered rookies.
in this pool alone,
Yeah,
yep. Yeah, it looks unfortunately like Guido Piano's in the fight spot right now. Him and Chris Ferguson sitting on the outside. Romain Grosjean is in a position to transfer at the moment.
they could have. It's the way it's running. It seems like maybe they just didn't nail the setup the right way during qualifying for Grosjean there.
And you gotta imagine, ovals are still kind of a foreign, still very foreign to him, as he's more likely a road course ringer.
Yeah, he seems to be doing an all right job of adapting to the situation.
Just like that, it looks like Guido Piano is fighting in, Chris Ferguson fighting on the outside. 3 wide going into turn 3. Exiting turn 4, 3 wide as well.
'97 of Aaron Rapp looking real good on the bottom there. Picking up a good few spots.
And we got Chaz Chadwick, who had a really good run in the truck series last season. Not doing that bad in his first lap here in a Cup car.
No, sitting running 15th at the moment. So not a bad debut per se.
And that would put him about 30th to start the main event. Front, it's been a while since we've seen how the front's doing. Kellen Rodellick settled into the lead right in front of Ant Me Person. It's going to be a battle of the energy drinks here.
I don't know if I'd necessarily count out Kara yet, or even the 20 of Taylor.
True that. Allen's got to run on the inside. Looks like right back on the outside. Settles in right behind her. Mr. Scott Dixon himself.
There he goes, looking for that 4th position.
How about Tristan Reams holding it into the top 10 there?
Yeah, good. Another driver making their first start here in Cup and putting on a hell of a show doing it.
Cam Jordan was very dominant in the Busch Series last season. How many wins? I don't remember quite how many wins he had in the Busch Series last year.
Oh, give me just 2 seconds, and that was the 54 of Cam Jordan you were asking about?
Yep.
Let's see, 54 of Cam Jordan. 25 starts, 3 wins, 5 top 5s, 10 top 10s, and 1 pole.
So
So,
for sure, that was kind of what qualified him to get up into Cup was those 3 wins in the Busch Series.
I mean, I feel like with a season like that, it definitely shows what you potentially bring to the table coming to Cup.
We're gonna see him in the next one, but Al Bunch, what a season he had at the end of the year. He could technically extend his win streak in. He does run the trucks and Busch, so there's no active win streak across all 3 series per se, but he has not lost a race in the Busch Series in the last 4 races contested, so we'll have to see how well he fares in the Cup car.
I think it's going to be very interesting watching all the drivers that have moved around from trucks to Busch, or even are pulling double duty now from trucks to Cup, or even Cup to Busch.
Yeah, one of them definitely being Logan Nagy here. This is a part-time venture. He's full-time in the Busch and being select starts here in Cup. Even a lot of drivers that are going to be dual duty between trucks and Cup. You got Chris Ferguson, who's going to be running trucks in Cup. Chadwick, who vowed after the end of last season that he's going to try to fight for a truck championship.
Yeah, we got Jack Ross pulling the double duty with Cup and truck. And then it's Ant Me Person, Cup and truck again. Chaz Chadwick also gonna try to snag that title this year. Top of that, we got Tim Cording running both the Cup and the Truck Series. Chris Ferguson, as I'm pretty sure you stated before. And then the last double duty driver we got is Jacob Shangle. So pretty much anybody doing double duty is running Cup and truck.
Well, and with the clause that I extended, Busch will be the reserve Cup, so there's no official Cup and Busch full-timers. Any of your Busch drivers will get an opportunity at some part-time rides here and there in the Cup, but anyone who's struggling in Cup, think of it like your minor leagues in baseball. You'll give a call up to someone in Busch, and you'll get sent down to the minor leagues. It's a little bit different than how Cup, real life Cup Series does it today, but I think it'll be kind of exciting to see performance, evaluate the performance of these drivers. And it's going to be in the background of all these drivers' heads. It's like, I got to perform, or else I'm going to be relegated back into a Busch ride.
Well, and if you have a bad enough season, there's always that chance that you might be looking at going back to truck.
True. We had a couple of those that struggled in Busch, and instead of getting their Busch seat renewed, they got sent down to trucks. Although I'm not gonna say favorites on any of the series, all 3 of them are really fun. I'd almost wager the trucks can be a little bit more exciting than some of the other 2 series.
Well, to put things into a little bit of perspective, we've got 19 drivers across all 3 series.
which is impressive.
Absolutely. I mean, there's a good chunk of people doing double duty, but majority of the doubles are happening with truck. Not a lot up in bush, which is when you're thinking about double duty, you definitely would think they would want to go for a little bit quicker of the two. But
So I'm sure you got a little bit of a delay on your broadcast, so I'm going to be calling the fight at the front. It might be a little bit wonky for you.
I think I've got it pretty good as they're headed 4 wide almost into 1.
Yeah, they are settled into 3 wide at the moment, which, like we were talking, it'll be nice for the actual recording instead of the live stream. We'll be able to watch it live and not have to. We got 4 laps to go here. Alan Taylor with the lead over Cam Jordan and Kellen Relic. Our bubble spot fight looks like Romain Grosjean might be our first eliminated. Chris Ferguson is going to have to find some magic here to get by a couple more drivers. Perhaps a wreck or something could give him those positions, but 3 laps to go. It's going to be over quickly. Keep the bottom of the standings in your top right there.
Good battle between these 3 for the lead, though. Coming to 2 to go.
Can you hear me better?
Yeah.
No, my mic was close enough to my face. Hopefully Al Bunch can hear me in the chat there. Okay, 2 laps to go at the line here, and we kind of have a 3-car breakaway. Our last transfer right now belongs to Guido Piano. Oh wait, he got by Louis Trost. So Louis Trost in 6th.
And Romain Grosjean in 21st. Looking like they probably going to be our first eliminations.
Chris Ferguson in 22nd. Might have to. He's going to be chartered at least, so there's no part-time drivers. Well, I guess chartered is a bad way to put it. He's going to be, well, no, chartered is the right way to put it, since he'll be a full-time contender. At the racetracks where they have part-timers, he'll be locked in.
What flag is out there? Looks like the 54 of Cam Jordan gonna take the lead away from the 28 of Alan Taylor.
And just like that, it's the battle of the energy drinks again, except Monster came out of nowhere. Earlier it was Red Bull and Nas, but looks like Monster's going to take the win here with Cam Jordan. Cam Jordan has blocked his way into his first Cup Series race.
Cam Jordan must have looked at his team this morning and said, "Oh, we got to race our way in? Nah. How about I just go win that?"
Yeah. You can tell all the teammates, the NOS cars are teamed up here. You got the 87 and the 89 both finishing in the top 5. Ryan Blaney ekes his way into the 4th position. Logan Nagy will be racing in the main event. Danny Litwin, Scott Dixon, Tristan Reeves locks his way in. Kara Carl coming home in 10th. Nelson Chacon, Ant Me Person, Greg Forian, Rick Quick, Louis Trost. Wow, Louis Trost, did he get by? He got by 18 of Chadwick. Well, they got mixed around at the end of the race here. But our final transfer position belongs to that of Guido Piano. And it looked like Romain Grosjean tried to give it everything he had at the end there. He was actually trying to fight his way. Just watch this battle here. He's got the 6 car behind him. Both of them needing a miracle to make it in. With extended coverage here for you guys. Looking like Grosjean might have picked the right line, as this gives him 2 spots. It looks like he makes up 2 spots on the outside. And you got to give it to Grosjean for down there on the last lap. He had a run.
Yeah, just came up 2 spots short of it. I believe. Yeah, just two spots short of making it in.
Still getting input from Al that my audio is low. I don't know why.
Want to clear that up just to make sure we're on the same page here.
I'm going to save this so we know. Were you able to tweak my volume on the voice channel?
I don't know if it necessarily had anything to do with the voice channel per se, but yeah, I have user volume up to 100, and you're coming through fairly fine on my end. You could probably try turning up your volume.
Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Hello. Why is it not doing anything? Hello. Decibels.
I got you on my end, but
Oh, desktop audio. That's not my mic audio. That's why it's not doing anything. Yeah, it should be. Well, maybe my game audio is too loud. I'll go in there and tweak that actually. In NR 2003, that might help a little bit. Sound. Okay, so in heat number 2,
Favor, touch all your seatbelts.
the
Touch
field
all your...
lineup is as is. It's a Shangle front row of me, Jacob, and Tyler Shangle starting 1-2. Tyler Shangle actually is the winningest driver here at Fontana, holding 3 victories in the past 11 years running at Fontana here. Third is Howard Schuler, Tyler Aspinall in 4th, Ewan Woodarmy in 5th. Then we've got Bob Leader, Tim Cording, Justin Roman, Dalton Scott, Jimmy Gokachia, Monty Shangle, Austin Mullins, Atlee Weiss, Elizabeth Shangle. So the whole Shangle household is in this heat, this duel. It's going to be, all of us are locked in, but it's still going to help determine the starting lineup for the main event. Roger Lutz, Justin Day 2, Alexander Rossi, Will Power, Scott Dixon. So we got the triple threat of IndyCar drivers right there. Al Bunch, Jack Ross, Jimmy Johnson, and John Roman. This is rare air for me as I'm starting on the front row.
Favor, touch all your seatbelts, touch all your connections, touch your Hans. Just make
Gentlemen, start your engines!
It's going to be kind of fun to see Tyler Aspinall his first lap in the Sylvania Cup Series. And then you got Tim Cording in this one as well. You and Tim are pretty good friends, yeah, James?
Yeah. Yeah, Tim's pretty psyched up about the season. Kind of bummed about how everything shook out in trucks, but so he's looking forward to seeing what 2023 has in store.
Yeah, the golden ticket into the Cup Series never hurts either, so. Green flag waves as the brother Shangle take off at the start-finish line there.
Looks like a little bit of a slow start from Howard.
Yeah, he's got his one army on the inside of him right there. 3 wide, bunches of 3 wide all the way across the field.
Got a little bit of 4 wide action towards the back end there.
And we got Dalton Scott cracking his way into the top 5. So a whole bunch of JSR team cars in this one. Kara Carl was the lone JSR entry in duel number 1. But along with myself, Howard Schuler, and Dalton Scott, those are the other 3 entries for JSR.
A lot of big moving and shaking by just about everybody there in that first lap.
Tyler Shangle's going to make it look hard to beat him here again, as this is one of his favorite tracks for sure. I must say that FedEx scheme is definitely styling. Oh, they're wrecking. I can hear we've got carnage in the background. We're going to let them race back to the start-finish line, as is an NR 2003. And under caution, we're going to go back and look at what transpired. Tyler Aspinall, so it's Tyler fighting Tyler. Aspinall claims second here when they get across the start-finish line. So we're gonna have to see.
Good pickup for Aspinall from the start though.
Right. Impressive showing so far. The wreck's gonna happen mid-pack. Let's see. Oh, Tim Cording unfortunately gets spun going into turn 1. Looks like not much of his doing there, as he had the 53 of John Roman behind him. No, actually, maybe might have got a little too crowded here into the 59. It's one of those situations where you think you're clear, but not quite.
I don't know. I'd love to see the onboard of the who was that on in the middle there.
The
Didn't
car
quite
that was
catch
up
that.
against the wall
No, not the 59. The one that was
behind him.
just on the inside of the 59 there. Right there. Because it kind of looked to me like maybe coming into the corner, they just barely got into him.
It could have been one of those deals with these new next-gen cars. Well, these aren't the next-gen, but these ICR models might get a little bit huckabuck when the cars get right there in the draft, the stream of the draft, upset the rear end of the car.
Yeah, that's entirely possible. That's a tough start for Tim Gordon, but kind of how his entire
Well, and his
stock car career has gone here so far.
not over, as we do have double file restarts, and we could have more people wrecking out. He's oh, the 48 took a hard hit there when they got all bunched up. He crinkled the front of his nose pretty hard there. Tim, on the other hand, he might not have speed, but if he can survive the wreck, he might be able to pick off some drivers here.
Yeah, I mean, he only has to have two people not finish to be able to make it in. So
Al Bunch's stocks just went up, up, up as he was dead last on the field. Currently running P14.
not looking like Tim Gordon is on track at the moment. Did he take that behind the wall?
No, nope, he's just at the very back.
Lots of damage to that number 50.
That 48's probably going to retire with the damage on the front end. Front end damage is usually a kiss of death in the series.
Well, and if he does and the 50 stays out, that's going to be huge for him because that puts him one spot closer.
Side damage is often fixable. We'll see here. It doesn't look like they're taking any tires. 48 cars, pit stalls towards the end of pit road. 59 might be about done for the day too.
It's going to be a matter of which one of these three retires first. We got
Yep, so they're both still alive right now. We had someone join the booth just now, or
yes, that was Zachariah Armstrong. But yeah, what I was saying was between those three, it's a matter of which two of them decide to call it quits first, or which one of them has more speed than the other two, because those are the final. Those three will be battling for that final transfer spot.
well, in the tried and true clause here, cautions breed cautions. So we'll have to see how the restart pans out.
Looks like the last two cars in the line were trailing back just a little bit there.
So no one should be out yet. It looks like, yep, even the 59 at Howard Schuler still running there in 23rd. Tim Cording and Skylar Dixon sitting 21st and 22nd. They would be our first eliminee to be eliminated. But right in front of them, they got Justin Day2 and even the 7 of, correction, actually, the 22 of Austin Mullins would be their next target.
Yeah, and actually, you just corrected me because I was speaking as if the 59 was in a case of go or go home as well.
We don't have a tally on statistics. I was going to try to get as much statistics tallied for the Cup Series. I got all of 2010 chronicled, but that still leaves everywhere from 2011 all the way to 2022 As far as I can remember, Howard Schuler's probably got wins in the single-digit column. He's not always up front winning races, but he's been around since 2013, I'd say, so he's definitely a well-seasoned veteran in the Sylvania Cup Series. The only drivers to have started every single race in the series would probably be myself and Kellen Relic. Kellen Relic was in that first duel doing pretty well for himself, got a top 5. Tyler
Got lights
Schenkel
out on the pace car.
actually missed one race in the 2010 season, or else he'd be qualified for the same statistic. A lot of the 2010 season I often throw out the window anyways, as all the races were sprint length, and I was actually racing the races, and those were kind of skewed since I would go out there and qualify first and lead every lap on a field of AI that were maybe not the highest of strength, but it was still fun to race. Yeah, like you said, the lights off on the pace car. They should be doubling up here on the back stretch. And with double file restart, that's definitely a recipe for disaster here.
Here we go. Looks like Jacob Schenkel going to start on the inside with Tyler Aspinall on the outside.
The two of us definitely in a very heated battle as rivals in the season this year. So it's going to be fun to watch the two of us battle back and forth all year. Wow, Tyler got a hell of a start there. Actually, both Tylers got a killer start. And it's Tyler
Yeah.
fighting back on the inside. And we have a whole hornet's nest there behind us.
Yeah, both you and Aspinall both got fantastic starts on the restart there.
Look at that.
Looks like
Atlee Weiss in third.
yeah, I was just about to say, as well as the 19 of Atlee Weiss.
And then we got our 2022 season champion, Will Power, there in 5th at the moment. Atlee thought about passing, but decided against it there last moment.
Looks like Cording has driven himself up into that transfer spot.
Still got enough pace in that car to be running it, and it looks like getting by more cars. Al Bunch is actually at risk of elimination at the moment. For Justin Day 2, so that would be good enough to keep him in. This duel actually setting up to be one hell of a duel for the transfer position.
Tim Cording not giving up an inch, really. I mean, look how he's just squeezing in through there, making passes, forcing the issue, gaining more and more spots every lap.
Seems they must have been able to do some good repairs there on that pit stop. The cosmetic damage, the powerhouse on that, the engine of that car, I don't think got much damage at all. I see the 22 car and I feel like they're a lock in, but I keep forgetting that's not Joey Logano in the 22, that's Austin Mullins in the 22.
Yeah, but they are also a go or go home car. Not looking like they're going though. Looks more like going home right now.
Pedigree Got to give credit to Al Bunch's team, Ewan Wood Army and Chaz Chadwick, stablemate here for LFG Motorsports, giving that Dodge Challenger a good run out there. Even maybe being a part-timer, it's going to be hard to fit in with these Cup guys sometimes.
Yeah, 'cause you got to think a lot of these Cup guys are going to be doing it. Going to be doing either have been doing this for a few seasons or are going to be running the whole season and have time to learn the car, compared to somebody who's doing it part time where they're not getting that seat time that's needed.
True, it's definitely a lot of that veteran experience that's setting in right now for the other drivers on the field. Pretty good battle at the front here as Monty Shangle takes the lead away from Tyler Aspinall. At first, when the caution happened, we were worried for Tim Cording to struggle making the field, but Tim Cording actually worked his way up to 7th.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good spot for him to be in, for as rough as that car looked after that caution.
Definitely looking like one of our first retirements will be 48 of Skylar Dixon. He actually joined that wreck late, and the bunching up caused him to take most of the damage in the wreck. Al Bunch still fighting for position here. He's losing track to the other bubble drivers at the moment.
Yeah, look, as long as the 22 of Mullins and the 50 of Cording can stay in front of the Al Bunch, they're both safe at the moment.
Just like that, it looks like Al Bunch is reeling in Tim Cording here.
Yeah,
Bob Leader is locked in.
now he's playing defense for Cording just a little bit there.
We'll have to check on lap times this time by and see who's got the faster laps. Belongs to Monty Shangle over Tyler Aspinall. 36.7 for Tim, 36.5 for Al Bunch. We got 5 laps to go here. 22 of Mullins is slowly pulling away from these two behind him. This is that brute determination, I believe, that got Tim Cording into the final 3 in the trucks last year. It's sheer driver at the moment that he's keeping Al Bunch behind him.
Yeah, he's definitely a driver that if you tell him something that needs to be done, he's probably going to go do it. Or at least give it everything he can to do so.
There's been occasions where I've seen drivers that can wheel a damaged car better than a car that's perfectly fine sometimes. A couple names come to mind being like Kevin Harvick and I don't know who else, maybe like Dale Jr. That's definitely a good company to be in, likening Dale Jr. and Kevin Harvick.
Yeah, Tim does a great job of managing a not healthy car.
He actually managed the top 10 in the trucks with mechanical failure in 2022. That was a big deal. That's how AAA came aboard as a sponsor.
Yeah, and that was a big turning point for that team, I feel. Like that little bit of extra cash coming in was a major help.
2 laps to go here. Al Bunch currently holding position. I'm thinking the damage of the caution is kind of caught up to Tim Cording in the end of this run here. He's a full-time entry, so even if this is the only start that he misses in the Cup Series this year, it ain't gonna be too bad.
Well, I don't think it helps him that he's not been able to in the last handful of laps able to get back down to the bottom to try to gain a little bit of speed back.
We might have a battle brewing here on the white flag lap. Final lap here, Tyler Aspinall has been sitting second. Could still see another wreck across the field, but halfway through this lap, no such thing has materialized. I mentioned before, these duels don't pay points, but it will go a long way to setting the field for the main event tomorrow. And your top 3, Monty Shangle, Tyler Aspinall, and Atlee Wheat bringing it home third.
Great drive by both Weiss and Aspinall on debut.
They just showed up to the series this year, and they're putting the field on notice, giving us a little bit of what to expect for the rest of the season. Atlee Wheat
Obviously,
could be in
so
for a few more starts. Sorry. Go ahead.
no. All I was gonna say is, obviously our first outage out of this one is going to be the 48 of Skylar Dixon, and I'm guessing the second one is gonna be Tim Gordon.
Yep, Tim Cording come home 20th there. The 42 car, Jimmy Johnson right in front of him. Al Bunch going in 18th will be the last transfer for the drivers that had to race their way in. So definitely, Al Bunch will be proud to make one of his lone starts in the Cup Series. He's going to be running about half the races, most likely, though. It's going to be interesting to watch him fight for every opportunity to race here in the Cup.
Yeah, yeah, this is definitely a good way to start that part-time schedule is by making his way into the main event there.
Well, and thank you for hopping in the booth with me on this one. This will basically put a neat ribbon on the duels for Fontana here. And on to the main race, 300 miles tomorrow. Who do you think? What's your predictions for tomorrow? How is it going to turn?
Hard to say. I mean, there were a lot of really strong cars in the duel, but if I had to, that's a tough call. Like I said, there's a good few drivers that showed they were primed and ready to go tomorrow.
I think Tyler Aspinall and Atlee Weiss are going to surprise us tomorrow. And anyone with the last name Shangle is going to be up there all day, I believe. But it's going to be fun to see Al Bunch come through the back of the field, I believe. Even some of our seasoned veterans and champions such as Jimmy Johnson, Will Power. Will Power will be starting about 10th, but Jimmy Johnson's going to be starting about 38th. So it might
Well,
be a
you also have Schuler, who will be starting pretty much at the back.
yep, dead last. So he'll have to come through the field from last place.
But we'll have to wait and find out what.
Our running order from last year, top 5 was Tyler Shangle, Will Power, Aaron Rapp, and then we had Casey Kane and Austin Cindric 4th and 5th. So amongst those top 5, only the top 3 still running in the season this year. But I think we could see a lot of that, and at least maybe some new names in the top 5 as well.
Yeah, we have 350 miles tomorrow. So,
Correction, 300. I went ahead. I didn't
oh,
notify.
300?
Yep. I didn't notify, but the duel is going to count as 50 miles of the
Okay.
350-mile event. So yeah,
Well, still,
it'll be a
300 miles. I think tomorrow will be a very interesting race to watch.
for sure. So we're going to go ahead and conclude the duels here. Thanks for everyone that tuned in. And I'm not sure when we'll broadcast. We'll do a YouTube premiere. I think that's what they call it, right?
Yep, Premier.
So it's not going to be a live stream. We won't be able to respond to your messages on live chat as actively. I can probably check the the live premiere and chime in while I'm at work tomorrow, but it'll give you guys a little bit more of a neater window to watch the race rather than midnight Eastern time. So alrighty, we are closing out this one. Have a good night, everyone, and see you on the flip side.